For this problem, we're going to write a function given certain conditions. We're going to write a function that's a fourth degree polynomial with real coefficients. We want it to have zeros of -2, 0, and 3 plus I. Because we have real coefficients, we can apply the conjugate pairs theorem, which says that if we have one complex 0, then we should have its conjugate as a 0. Since 3 plus I is a 0, this means that 3 minus I must also be a 0. It's a fourth degree polynomial, which means we can have a maximum of 4 zeros. If we look at it, we have our 4 zeros right now. So we're going to write our general function to begin with. We'll call it f of x. We're going to say f of x is equal to some constant a, which could be 1. We'll determine that later. Then we're going to use our zeros to write down some factors. We'll get x minus -2 times x minus 0 times x minus 3 plus I times x minus 3 minus I. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. If x is equal to a, and we'll have x plus 2. X minus 0 is just x. And then we'll keep these last two the way they're written. We're going to multiply these out. So we'll have a times x squared plus 2x. It's multiplying these two factors together. And we're going to multiply the second two factors together. And we'll get x squared minus x times 3 minus I minus x times 3 plus I plus 3 plus I times 3 minus I. Here we'll have x squared plus 2x. We want to work on cleaning this up a little bit. We'll have x squared. We're going to distribute of minus 3x minus a negative. It's just a positive, so negative x times negative I is positive xi of minus 3x minus xi. And then here we multiply these two together. We notice that we've got 3 plus I times 3 minus I. It's going to give us a difference of 2 squares. So we'll get plus 3 squared and then minus I squared. So we'll have a times x squared plus 2x. We'll work on cleaning this up again. We'll have x squared minus 3x and minus 3x. This is minus 6x. Here we have an xi minus an xi, so those cancel. Here's 3 squared, that's 9 minus I squared. I squared, remember, is -1, so this would be plus 9 plus 1, so minus the -1. So we'll have a times x squared plus 2x, x squared minus 6x plus 10. Need to multiply these two together now, the binomial times the trinomial. When we distribute that, we'll get x to the 4th power. That's x squared times x squared plus 2x cubed minus 6x cubed minus 12x squared plus 10x squared plus 20x. And we'll simplify by collecting like terms. We'll have x to the 4th. We have 2x cubed minus 6x cubed, so minus 4x cubed. Minus 12x squared plus 10x squared is minus 2x squared. And we have plus 20x. We'll leave it in that form. This a is an arbitrary constant. There are many different polynomial functions we could get that fit the conditions we're given. We could let a be any real number that we'd like, except for 0. That would wipe that out.